What's up guys, Nightingale here and welcome back to the Ultimate Beginner's Handbook. Today we're going to be covering pets and auto repeat. Also, while we're here at the beginning of the video, something I want to point out is I have officially locked in now for the next 8 videos. I have locked in the next roster. So, we're not going to be changing anything else. You can expect it to show up now in this order, now by getting after episode 11010 and now getting to the pets and auto repeat from here on out. Everything else can flow out in this order and I feel like it will be good. The big issue is where was I going to hit episode 11010 and where was pets and auto repeat going to show up when I hit account rank 25. So, for anybody that is new and joining in, I'll just go ahead and cover this one last time and I think from here on out I am done doing this, but if you come in and you see the orange text, that is the current video. Anything up and prior is already in the playlist and anything below is to come in the series. So if it's not out, as it's releasing, this is what you can expect in the order you will see it in, and there is many more below that number right there. We're not done yet. We've got so much more to cover here. And then obviously as the series gets out and ages a little bit more, this is the order of what's to come inside the playlist. Next thing we want to talk about is inside the list. Is in the first minute, I want to also cover a quick overview that gives you an idea of what is coming on into the video. Now, in the case for all of these videos, what you'll want to do is check the timestamps below, which will have timestamps to all of the major points here. You may see more, you may see less, depending on what is going on and what is being talked about inside of all this stuff, but you will have the timestamps to be able to come back and reference different things, but this is what all is going to be covered inside of the video. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the tutorial account and let's get started. So here we are, we've just hit rank 25 on the account and we've now unlocked this. Now I will go ahead and say I was a little excited. I completely forgot for a brief moment that this was the tutorial account and I was like, oh yeah. I was just clicking around on some of the other games, cleaning up some stuff, and I went through and I summoned. I'm like, oh yeah, I just haven't been on this one in a while. But no, I went through the tutorial. There's one that's going to give you, basically pick the best, whichever one you want. It doesn't matter. It's going to give you random skills, and they're going to be B. So that's where we have obtained this, and I already did the daily because I wasn't paying attention again because I had too many accounts up. So we now have that. So let's go ahead and start talking about what are pets for? Because arguably there is one major important function of why we were chasing pets, and that is for the ability to auto repeat. And I'm going to tell you and teach you about auto repeat. So for those of you who are just wondering about where rank 25 is around episode 237. Should get you rank 25 if you're on a new account. Returning players, I believe, have the same buff, but if you're just randomly playing at your own pace, it may be slightly further than this. But around episode 2, for me, who just went straight from the first story into the second story, skipping all of unrecorded history, other than to do what I did for that one video, it was roughly around here. So your mileage may vary, but it's going to be around chapter 3, maybe going into 4, where you're going to hit rank 25. Just want to throw that out there. So we're going to select a supporter unit so we can get inside this. We now have access to the pet icon right here, the little paw print. So we're going to click this and now we can travel with one of these two pets. Now in this case, it doesn't really matter, but we probably want to go with the higher grade version. It's a good assumption. So in this case, we will be traveling with you. So click in and now we have the ability to repeat. Now for me, it's set to 5. Well, we can change that. Let's go back to this menu and actually go click settings right here. Now inside settings, you have a few different things that you need to learn and understand about this menu. Well, first off, if you would like to restart when defeated, you probably want this checked. Now, in battle, after hero reaches max level is really something from a prior era of Epic 7. Back in the day, there used to be this thing called dog walking, and you would be leveling units up and specifically changing them out. So you didn't waste energy when a unit hit max level. This was a high value function that it would stop you from farming, so you wouldn't waste your energy, and then you would switch out your units and put it back. Now we live in an era where hitting max rank, you're probably never going to ever see again other than the initial heroes you're going to be leveling up along the way because everything else from here on out is Penguin EXP, so that can be turned off. Now, Auto recharge energy. Something we want to talk about here can get you very, very, very deep in a hole of spending resources you weren't meant to spend yet. Now, obviously it's set by default to do not charge. And what this means is when you run out of energy, it will spend said currency to put energy back in, which can be your energy, or for energy, you can use sky stones, which is an absolute no, unless you are a megalodon in the whale, in a whale sense. I mean, absolute kraken of a player. You do not ever use sky stones for energy. If you still got heroes to summon, you still need to be saving your sky stones for them. Leaves are going to be it. That's going to be the only thing you are ever going to actually use as your currency is the leaves. So they are given out through a lot of different ways. You'll be earning these through different rewards and all this type of stuff. But that's going to be the currency you're going to use when you need to go into deeper farming. And specifically when we talk about this is normally for those buff weekends and stuff that I've mentioned prior in a couple of videos. That's where that type of function comes in. And then obviously you can tell it to use absolutely everything. It will drain one and then it'll drain the other, but never do this. But for most case scenarios, you're gonna leave it on do not charge. Now, for most, again, case scenarios, your pet is gonna be set on absolute max repeats. Why? Because chances are you're just gonna go till your energy runs out. But there are times where you may want to change this up. And we're also gonna give you a little bit of a tidbit here on something that will help educate you, because I'd actually be surprised how many players caught this early on. So, when you start your stage, that's run number 1. So now you're assuming you're gonna have 14 extra runs. No, it is actually, it starts your run and then it's 15 additional repeats. So in this case, if you're gonna run a stage and it says beat stage X amount of times, you need to come in this case, let's say it's 5, you will wanna set the repeat for 4. And then you'll get 5 total runs. But most of you are gonna have this thing absolutely maxed out because, again, you're gonna be going till your energy runs out. Now, in the case of you happen to have the wrong pet and you're rearranging your teams, you can send pets home, which all that does is that takes them off of the team right here. But in this case, we want him here because this is gonna be our only pet really probably on the account. I'm not gonna go much deeper than this. So, with that being said, let's hop over to an account that actually has some stuff so that we can talk about things more in depth. So, let's cover the where to get them. Now, where are we gonna really be getting our pets from is here. We will be obtaining most of our pets from this little area right here. Now, for the sake of the video, what I'm gonna be doing is, because I was already prepping for this so that we could be able to do this video today, I am gonna come in here and do something painful that I don't wanna do. All right, that hurt. So, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna have a ticket, and we're gonna assume that you've got your daily summon or whatever. You're gonna be coming to adopt a pet, and this is where you're gonna be obtaining your pets. Now, something that you should note is that there are multiple different grades of skill, and there are multiple different types of skill, and there's also 2 different types of pets. So you'll be getting skills at random, and you'll be getting their rank at random, as far as also their types you'll be getting at random. So this is quite a long journey. If you're after a specific pet look with a specific pet skills, it's gonna take a lot of maneuvering in here to be able to do this. But this is where you do it. You can get pet tickets through different event rewards, which those are pretty rare, but they do give them out as rewards every now and then. They give them to you from guild once you get to world boss, which unlocks at rank 50. So you got 25 more ranks to go before you're gonna unlock that. But once you unlock rank 50, you'll be start earning these in world boss, and this will probably average out to around 1 a day. Plus, from here on out, for as long as the game exists, you are going to have 1 daily free summon on pets. So at least 1 ticket a day is guaranteed on your account, so you'll always be summoning and always working towards that goal of all high-end, very good quality pets. So for the sake of the video, how do we obtain them? You come here, you click the button, and there you go. We've got a event currency, and it is a B rank with the Frost drop. So that's how you obtain them. Now, the next question that a lot of you are gonna have is, well, how many do you need? Well, in a general practice, you're going to divide your pets into categories. So you're gonna have your hunt pet. You're gonna have your adventure pet. You're gonna have your spirit altar pet, and then you're going to have your lobby pet. So that's right, you're going to have a total of 4 pets you're going to eventually need to make and get their S rank skills and eventually take to 5-star. Now, at a nauseating rate of knowing how expensive that is, it's going to take you a very long grind to eventually get those 5-star pets. Take the game for what it is and enjoy the 3-star pets because it's a very expensive system to try to go after 5-star pets. 5-star is also just something recently added into from the Awaken update. So you may see a lot of guides only talking about 4-star, but now that we're talking with the Awaken update, 5-star pets are totally a thing and it's disgustingly expensive. Okay, so let's talk about just overall, how do we promote these pets? Because when it really comes down to it, we're really talking actually about building your first pet. And I know it's like we're kind of covering 2 categories at once, but there's a reason why I'm doing this and why I'm talking about promoting and building your first pet. It's because it's really 2 categories, but it's also about working towards this. Because we got a lot of things here that we want to cover about this. So in the case of this video, just because I happen to have an S pet, here we go. We're going to be wanting to work this guy up because we want to carry his skill on. Okay, well, what do? We come in here to the enhance button, which I'm covering up some more buttons. So just to let you know, that's how you name them. That's how you name them. That is how you lock them. And then this is how you remove and delete pets, which you should never do because you're always going to be enhancing them. Play is something we'll talk about later. Enhance, well, actually, play just is what it does their affinity. Enhance is how we level them up, and synthesize is how we smush them together and take up their rank. So there we go. We've covered everything we want to talk about here. Okay, now we want to level up this pet because he's an S rank pet and we're wanting to carry him on. Now, I already have this leveled up, but for the sake of the video, so that you get the point, we're going to be using this S rank pet. Now, we've summoned a bunch of random garbage here. So, how do we level it up? You drop everything into it. There you go. So that's going to be how you're getting, this is where most of your EXP is coming from, is through other fodder. This is why I say this is a very long process and it's going to take you quite a long time. So we're going to level him up and now he is max 1-star. So what does that now give us? This now gives us the ability to take him to a 2-star pet, which we will use through synthesize. Now, in this case, we are going to add him in. And now we are going to be working on taking his grade up. So this is now, this scene, we want to talk to you about this in a little more in depth because we've got a lot of stuff here to actually go over. So first off, if appearances are something to you, this is where you're gonna need to start being careful because you're gonna be earning everything in a singular pet. It's never gonna be in multiple level pets. So your appearance is going to matter from this point on. Your skills are going to matter from this point on. Everything has to be done with starting at this process and work its way up. Now, yes, you can arguably change your appearance later on, but as far as the skills, this is the time where we've got to get them right going up. So, first off, because for the sake of this video, I really want the nut and the little mask dude. Why not? That's the look and that's the appearance I really want for this case. Now, next up, we want to make sure that this pet now inherits this S rank skill because we really need this on our account. Again, I already have this, but for the sake of the video, I don't have this. So this is what we're going to want to take up into our 2-star pet. Next up, what I want you to take notice is the 80%. Enjoy this number while you can because it's going to get significantly worse from here on out. Now, if you're a betting person and you want to gamble the 80, you can. You know what? For the sake of the video, I will gamble it, just to prove the point. But we're going to talk about this real quick, just so you know it's here, that there's a chance for a higher generation. Now, you can technically pop a fodder in here, and it's going to depend on where you're at and how expensive this is going to be. This on another rank may be absolutely worthless. So if you come here, you can guarantee it. But like I said, I'm a gambling man. I'm going to trust the system. So here you go. Watch this fail and you'll see why I say synthesize always at 100%. And that's really my rule, and I normally do that. I normally always synthesize at 100%, but I want you to see it can fail, and if it does fail, it's caught on film. I'm gonna catch it in 4K. Here we go. Synthesize. And it goes up guaranteed anyway. And it also adds a brand new skill to it, which is a C grade skill, which is receive 1 additional piece of equipment in hunt. Now this isn't horrible, but it's on the wrong pet. This isn't what we need. we need the other side story and we need the other adventure skills. So in this case, it's not really what we need. So from here on out, you're gonna be working on trying to get another pet that is the adventure pet in your case, which I can show you what one looks like complete. Here is my adventure pet right here. Still the same guy I've been using throughout all my Epic 7 journey, which I'm after that skill and that skill. Now, for those of you who have this, you may go, well, my number doesn't look like your number. Why is that? That is because of affinity up there. The higher your affinity level, the more these numbers go up on your pets. Something to note. So don't panic if you see this and you're going, well, he had this. It's because my affinity level. The higher that goes, the higher this skill goes. So just remember that. But that's what we were technically be looking for. We're gonna be looking for, on that pet that we just made, we're gonna be looking for this skill to show up. And that's the point where we'll make a 3-star pet and now get them together. Okay, so which skills do you need to keep? Well, actually, I've got a bunch of different slides set up for you here in just a minute. But the general premise here for when you're summoning pets is you're probably gonna need to look at anything A or higher. Especially in the early game, the more mid-game you get, and you get later on down the road. When I mean mid-game, we're talking in at least 6 months from your beginning process, at the minimum. So you'll be probably looking at around A. You might get some S's. I've seen friends start playing the game, and they're summoning S pets like I can't believe. They literally were able to basically make a triple S hunt pet within their first hours of playing the game. How disgusting. Okay, a little bit of jealousy, but that's moving beside the point. So you'll probably be looking at making some 2- and 3-star A pets until you can really get your S rank skills on lockdown. Now, here's some old information that's floating around here that you may have already seen in another pet guide, and you're checking it out because you see mine's been released a little bit sooner. A lot of the theories back then were telling you to focus certain pets first. At this point in time, I'm going to give you the best advice ever, which is just level the pet, whatever comes up, with the S rank skills first. Which is going to lead us to what skills do we keep and what is the perfect pets. So let's jump back here. Whoops, and that slide should have started on this one. So first up, we're going to talk about the hunt pet. So remember, you're going to need 4 specific pets over your Epic 7 career here. Pet number 1 is going to be the hunt one. Which is probably the most important pet of your account. Potentially even second most important, depending on where and what your main focus is going to be. But this one is probably the most important. In this case, you're going to want the double crafting materials, which is, there's only 4 skills here, so not like you have to worry about it, but if on one singular pet, you're going to need these skills. Double crafting materials, 1 additional piece of equipment, and what this means is when you're doing hunts, it has a chance to drop a blue, purple, or red piece of gear. That's awesome because that's giving you more chances at that loot. Now with the Awaken update, this is brand new. This skill right here, which is additional reforge materials, is a brand new skill. And what this is this is going to give you a chance at getting a % chance of getting reforge materials as a drop. This is also huge and also a pretty good quality of life change. Some people are arguing whether or not it is one of the best skills for it. But in my opinion, I think that this is what the pet you should ideally look for. Now there's that 4th skill. This is what originally was on the 3 pet. If you had this skill on your original pet, this was the perfect pet. But now that they've added this skill, this may or may not be arguably the one you're going to want to change off to. Now, I will mention this here, just because when you're going to go for the 5-star pet, if you earn this, that is probably your prime choice to get that skill on it. Because you'll be able to transfer that skill and replace that skill because you can only have 3 skills on a pet. So if you happen to have a 4-star pet for whatever reason at this point, if you're watching this video, I don't know why you're here, but hey, you know what? Cool, we're here, hanging out. Awesome, we're 4-star bros. But if you have that on your pet and you're wanting that, you probably need to wait because it is extremely expensive to make a 5-star pet. And also, again, just remember that because of the Awaken update, we have the 5th star. Next up, the altar pet. The altar pet, you only have to worry about 3 skills. Nothing else in here. So you'll want the pet to have the 1 additional epic rune. You will want it to have the additional 2 greater runes and the 3 additional common runes. Now, it does not matter in what order they get it. Just as long as you get the S skills for this, you can start working on this pet and pushing it forward. Now, you will need to understand this later on, that this is, again, RNG. You're not going to always be able to go, I want the epic rune first, then the greater, then the common. It's not how it's going to work. Again, make it in the order you receive it. Next up is the adventure pet. Now, this one's probably the next most important pet when it comes to your farming abilities, because of the top two right here. Receive a double AP and event currency earned. Now, what this is receive AP is for when you're farming in unrecorded history or anywhere in adventure. This is going to be the pet that you're going to want to make sure you have on. Event currency is for any sort of side story that is around. This is where things get really spicy and really helps you out in the long run. So these are definitely what you want. But now, arguably, this is really cool, is the additional random rare catalyst. I can tell you this, I've been playing for 445 days and I still have not seen the S version of this. So today is May 14th, 2022, and I started February 23rd of 2021, and I still haven't seen that pet. So keep in mind, mine's still a 3-star, rocking the event currency and the double AP, and I'm waiting for this guy to show up. I have summoned hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tickets by this point, and it still hasn't shown up. So keep this in mind. Now, next up is the lobby pet. So the lobby pet is a unique pet here because it has multiple skills. Now, what I've done here is I've put technically the 3 best skills up here, which is the hero level up EXP. Again, something that changed with the Rise update is, which was the year prior update, was we no longer dog walk. And I know there are some old guides out here that still talk about, that will probably say other things, but we no longer dog walk. And what that was is where you would carry unleveled heroes and level them up with an AoE farmer. That concept has completely changed. We now completely level units up through Penguin EXP, which now makes that skill the most VIP skill you can have in your lobby, because your Penguin's EXP will scale off of that. It's massive in what it can do. Now, everything else from here is optional and subjective depending on how you want to play and where you think efficiency is. Now, personally, I think equipment greater enhanced success is super, super viable or invaluable, because this is cutting down on the amount of charms you will eventually spend when leveling up. Now, here is why I have this here, is because if you don't have this, these two need to be here. Now, the optional skills is what will replace technically this skill right here. In my personal experience and where I find value, I would rather have the equipment enhanced cost in that slot right there. That's how I would set up the perfect 3-star lobby pet. Hero EXP, great enhance, and the equipment enhance reduction. Now, some people may find the value in equipment enhance EXP. They're earning more EXP in their enhancements. I can see that as well. Gold earned from selling equipment is probably the least valuable of them all. So again, you're gonna have to look at your pet, and the order you receive your S pets will determine where your value is at. So I want to show you a couple things here as we talk about the long grind to your 4 and 5-star pets. So to make this example, we are going to come up here to Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin is my triple S hunt pet that I use for farming. Now, I want to make Dovahkiin a 5-star pet. I am working on getting this Starmong right here to be his new appearance. So let's go ahead. I've already got him max level. Let's show you how toxic this really is. So let's pop him in. We will say we assume that we want that. Now remember what I said, remember that 80% number and enjoy it while it lasts? There you go. Going to 5 stars, it's starting at a base 20% chance to succeed. Now I am not a betting man when it comes to this. I've played Black Desert for long enough that I know what 20% means. It means a 80% chance you're going to fail it. It's not a 20% chance you're going to get it, it's an 80% chance it's not going to go through. So, which means you have a 100% chance of disappointment. Okay, now, skills to inherent. because I'm going to be going to a 5-star pet, and this is where which is where I mentioned earlier, if you're going to switch this over, say this was that S-ranked Reforge mat, this is your last chance to get it on at a reduced cost, because if I now send this pet through with this, I've now got to go through and do everything I'm going to have to do here in order to get it to be a 5-star pet again, because I've now got to make another pet to get that on. So this is honestly really where you should say this is your last chance at getting your pet exactly how you want it. If not, you're basically having to make a whole new pet all over again. So in this case, these are the skills we want. Now, this is so bad. I don't have the ability to take you much further than this, but I will show you. And I don't think I'm gonna do this. As much as I would love to rip this for the video just to say, screw it, let's show you how expensive and how bad this really can be. So here is a 3-star max level pet going into this. 12%. Here's another one, 24%. Here's a 2-star, 29%. Here's another 2-star, 29%. And then you have 35% when it's all said and done with all of these thrown in here. It's a 55% chance that I will get it. Now, with how freaking expensive this is, and keep in mind, if this fails, I have to make another 4-star pet. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at my resources and see if I can get at least a 4-star in here to give this at least one crack. So I'll be back in just a second, and if not, we'll cut and we're gonna wrap up the video. I spent 1,000 sky stones in order to try to do this, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, I know I cannot make that 4-star pet, or that 5-star pet, but what I will do for the sake of the video is I believe I can make a 4-star pet, or at least get close, and we're gonna show you the process from here on out, just as a wrap up and bonus section. So I just happen to be summoning, and I just got this little guy. Now this is a pretty cool, this is a Moonlight hero, or a Moonlight pet, and I've actually been wanting this one for quite a while, so we're gonna go ahead and make this, and we're gonna make this my adventure pet. I was actually saving that pet for this look, to be 100% honest. So we're gonna even gamble and see if we get that currency that we want. So we're gonna level this one up, and we're gonna take you through the whole process really quick right here at the end. So we've now made it 1 star. We're going to go in and grab another one, and we're going to select that appearance because we do not want to lose it. I do not care about its look. Here we go. We're gonna use, because again, I don't want this to fail, we're gonna use you for 100% chance. I don't care about its skills, I just care about its appearance. Generate, let's go. Skill number 2, here we go. All right, next up, we're going to make you enhance. We're gonna now level EU up, which is right here. Starting here is fine with what we need. Actually, it's probably better that we'd use the lobby ones because you technically need the battle pets to synthesize a battle pet, which we have most of, which we're fine. We should have enough to be able to do this. If not, I might take the gamble for you guys. All right, there we go. All right, synthesize. We're going to now synthesize you. We want this appearance. We don't care about its skills. We're still hoping for the best. I know that this is garbage. We're gonna get the 100% chance to synthesize, which is awesome. And we're going to take random skills. Take note that we're looking for that. We're gonna get our 100% chance here, and we're going to synthesize. Please give me the final skill that we want, an S rank. We do not get it. And last but not least, let's just take a look at our Mint Yorkie. Take a look at you. We're gonna want your pet. Whoops, wait, wrong one. It is this guy and this one. We want this appearance, skills to inherit. We want those two right there. Now we're at a 40% chance, which I will sacrifice one of you. And I don't know if I want to take the gamble. Do I want to take an 88% chance gamble for a 4-star pet? It means we have a 22% chance to fail. Ooh, this is tricky. Hold on. Let's see if I can make a 2-star pet. If I can make a 2-star pet, I'll send it. That's all we need is a 2-star pet. That's all we need. Do I have one that's maxed? I do not. Do I hit another 10 tickets? All right, I'll spend 500 more Sky Stones for the sake of the video. You ought to know how much I love you guys to be able to do this. You guys know I'm very anal when it comes to my Sky Stones, so flushing them down the toilet like this is absolutely painful, but you can also see the process and how it goes and why things are the way they are and why we say not to rush pets. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna do this. And here we go. All right, we just need to make a random 2-star battle pet. So increase, whoops. So we're gonna level you up, I don't care. Enhance. Send all of y'all in. Send you in. Send you in. There we go. Synthesize. We need you. Synthesize. Send you. And this doesn't matter. Watch me get a Moonlight out of this. I don't think you can. I've never done it where I've gotten a Moonlight variation, but I have gotten it where I've gotten S ranks from doing this. Okay, so let's take our pet, select appearance, select skills, we want those. Add pets for synthesizing, here you go. 96% chance to, this is 50-50 at this point. Screw it, I'm a betting man. We're gonna do it, just for the video. Synthesize, we're gonna make this a 4-star AP pet. And we're hoping that we honestly get the S skill for the rare catalyst, or honestly, if I get A, I'll be ecstatic. So here we go. Oh yeah, I gotta take him off of the assigned. Wait, or can I just force it through? Hold on. The pet you'll synthesize currently assigned pets and it will replace the pet below. Yes, confirm. Hey, we got the 4-star pet, and we got a trash skill. But we have the 4-star pet, which is as good as I can do for now. So I will be working long time to get this guy to 4 stars and eventually carry him up. Also, let's go ahead and show you the play. You can play once a day to a pet, and this will help increase their affinity, which will raise the skills here up. I believe this will go up to 14% and 14% when this goes to 5. So there you go. In a nutshell, we were able to do this. Unfortunately, and I will show you why, is let's go to Dovahkiin. Synthesize. Again, you'd be clicking it like this. I'm not going to do it. Oh, it won't let me do it. It won't let me carry that guy in. Okay. Never mind. I think it's probably because it's added into a team, it won't let me use it. But I would show you, I was gonna see if I could put in that pet to show you that how bad this is. So, it's gonna take quite a long time for you to be able to, at 12 apiece. So that's 12, that's 24, that's 36, 48. Ugh. God, you almost have, actually you will. If you're gonna send this, you probably need to send 4-star pets into this. That's horrible to make a 5-star pet. That's absolutely, oh, that gives me the, ugh. That's why it's a long grind, and that's why we have plenty of time to do that. So, that covers everything we need to talk about with pets. It's a very complex system in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it's not for everyone to go and have to be able to feel like they have to rush out and get these pets. It's not a, it's, sure, whales can do it. I just spent 1,500 Sky Stones today just to prove a point. Just to show you guys how to do it. I spent 1,500 Sky Stones. Oh, geez. But hey, you know what? It's worth it in the end. I got my little adventure pet here that I've been wanting for a very long time. So that's cool. But seriously, thank you all for the support. If you guys have any questions about pets, feel free to hit me up. I know it's a confusing system. I know there's a lot here, but hopefully we've been able to iron out all the details, especially from the past one, on what, where, when, and how to level up these pets. It seems confusing, but I promise you it's a lot simpler than it really seems. Just, it's a very long grind. It literally comes down to what does the game give you and when does it give it to you. So take it one step at a time, slowly work your way up, get some basic pets. Even if it's B and A. Honestly, in the beginning, if it's just some B and A skills to get you going, don't carry these things up past 3. Please, hear me out. Don't carry those pets up past 3 if you absolutely have to, because here's the cool thing. You can at least use it for fodder later on down the road, as you saw me do here. So don't level them up to max. Save that experience there. Just keep them at 3 if you absolutely have to, as something that you'll eventually use as fodder later on down the road. Save your moonlights for when you are ready to get those, like these moonlights that I have here. Save them for when you have that very good S rank pet ready to go, because it is very expensive to go back and just change it for cosmetic purposes. That's probably the last bit of advice I can give you, is be very careful with when you're going to send a 4-star pet. It's a very expensive process to go back and add that again. Now, obviously, the longer you play the game and you get years into the game, that's easier to do, because you're just going to have a mass amount of 3 and 4-star pets that you've been building up through here to just use as fodder whenever they do add a new system of 5-star or eventually a 6-star pet. Eventually, it'll happen. And I'm already terrified to see that percentage is 20% now. That means it's going to be 10% or 5% whenever that happens. But if you guys have any more questions, hit me up in the comments below. I'll do whatever I can to help you and explain the system a little bit better or a little bit clearer if I didn't get it through properly in the video. And I will do whatever it takes to make sure that you understand and you don't feel like this is so overwhelming. So thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.